Quick disclaimer right at the onset. This video fights confusion, not communities. And I promote only facts, fairness, and evidence, not discrimination. So if you are here for truth, welcome aboard. But if your heart is too weak to hear the truth and bear it in your mind, then I'm sorry, this video is not for you. And I want to give a massive thanks to all those who have supported me through their comments, who shared their concerns so that I may give voice to them. And thank you a lot for putting that amount of trust and faith on me. It means the world to me. Let's keep asking the right questions till we get our answers. So this video is going to be all about facts, and fact number 1 is that there are minimum qualifying marks in various teacher examinations. For example, RRB also conducts the examination, the recruitment process for the teachers, and when they release the notification, they always tend to mention the minimum qualifying marks for each stage. So let me share the glimpse of the notice and take you to the exact page where the minimum qualifying marks are mentioned, right? So as you can see, they have negative 1/3, the same kind of negative marking that was there in EMRS qualifying examination, and 1/3 negative marking is also there, along with a minimum percentage of eligibility. For various categories, they have different eligibilities. For example, you are for unreserved 40%, EWS 40%, OBC 30, SC 30, and ST 25. So as per the reservation basis, as per the category basis, they have given the minimum eligible criteria, that this is the minimum amount of marks that you need to have in order to qualify this first stage, right? So this is their pattern. The other thing is that I want you to remind about UPSC also. I had compared this particular examination to UPSC. The only sense being that UPSC is also a kind of two-tier examination before the interview, right? There are 3 stages. First is prelims, then it is mains, and then finally the interview. And prelims further is divided into 2 parts, right? Prelims paper 1 and paper 2. Now let me tell you let me just write it in a very legible form. पता नहीं उस पर भी comments आ जाते हैं. So prelims is divided into 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Now this paper 2 is considered to be qualifying in nature, in the sense that although these papers are conducted on the same day, आप same day paper दे रहे होते हो, but paper 2 आपका पहले check होता है, and when it is called qualifying in nature, so they have again set a benchmark. And what is that benchmark? 33%. 33% is the benchmark. Again, there will be people who will be saying कि यहाँ पे तो देने के लिए बहुत सारे candidates बैठे होते हैं, but there are no candidates available who are giving the examination of teacher recruitment. So let me ask you another question. अगर वाकई में इतने candidates हैं ही नहीं हमारे पास, तो क्यों EMRS and KVS and NVS में इतनी high fees रखी गई है applications की? Although UPSC की जो हमारी है वो 200 रुपए फीस होती है, 200, right? And यहाँ पे भी if you see आरआरबी की, आरआरबी में भी जो वैकेंसी की हमारे पास फीस होती है वो 500 है. see for yourself, 500 fees, that is it for all categories, and then concession is also there, etc as per the category, and so on and so forth. So if there are no candidates in reality as per the comments, then why they have set such a high amount of fee for a teaching recruitment process? That is again questionable. Now let us come to fact number 2. I know for a fact that tier 2 is remaining, and these cutoffs are not for the final selection process, and this is what I have stated in my previous video also, that tier 1 के बाद tier 2 भी आएगा, 1:10 की ratio में candidate select हो रहे हैं, ये सब मैंने facts बोले हैं, and still I'm getting the comments like misinformation, misleading. Tell me one thing, that even if tier 2 is left, tier 1 का filtration process का इतना weak था कि negative marks लेके candidates आगे जा रहे हैं. Is it actually worth it? Is it actually worth keeping tier 1 examination as in the process if negative marks के साथ ही आपने candidates को आगे भेजना है? इससे तो अच्छा है कि आप tier 1 को लो ही मत. Why are you wasting taxpayers money? Let us now come to fact number 3, that there are a lot of categories in which the cutoff score is 0, and there are a lot of categories in which the cutoff score is also negative. That is what I wanted to discuss. First of all, let us consider the case of the principal. There are many comments stating कि OBC and EWS में कोई applications ही नहीं थी, and that is why the cutoff is 0. क्यों भाई आप लोगों ने RTI करी है जो आपको exact data पता है कि there were no applicants, not even one applicant for these posts. इफ नॉट तो आपको बोलने का तो सबसे पहले बात ही नहीं बनती, क्योंकि इफ माई कॉमेंट इज मिसलीडिंग, माई एनालिसिस इज मिसलीडिंग, सो इज योर्स, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट बैक्ड बाय एनी डेटा और एनी फैक्चुअल स्टेटमेंट्स गिवन बाय नेस्ट. द अदर थिंग इज कि look at the cutoff for SC and ST also. 1 and 4. Is this a good amount of score that you need to have in order to go to tier 2? मेरे को तो नहीं लगता कि अच्छा स्कोर है, और ना ही मुझे लगता है कि वो नेगेटिव मार्क्स वाला बहुत अच्छा स्कोर है. That is why I am saying a benchmark of at least 30% should be there, 33% should be there for the candidates to be selected for tier 2. That is as it is. That is what I said in the previous video also. That this particular examination process is not going to give you a right amount of candidate, a good quality of candidate. And uska proof hai mere paas. The previous year, the previous recruitment drive that was started by EMRS in 2023, उसकी कट ऑफ क्या किसी को पता है? लेट मी टेल यू द स्कोर्स. ये तो आपकी कट ऑफ जो थी वो आपको पता ही है कि कितने स्कोर में से थी. So this is the final cutoff list for EMRS recruitment 2023. Now let me share one fact कि this particular recruitment they had given marks out of 150. तो आप ये 150 के हिसाब से अंदाजा लगा लीजिए कि इनमें से कोई भी ऐसा नहीं है जो कि शायद 40% का बेंचमार्क को क्लियर कर सके, right? Although there was no negative marking that time. Now look at this marks. Look at this category, this category. The people who are stating that there are candidates, there are no candidates available for these posts. The principal post, EWS category, OBC category पहले तो थे. अब पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा क्यों हो गया कि there is a drastic reduction in the number of applicants for these posts under specific these categories. I have no idea, right? अब यहाँ पे इफ यू मूव ऑन, लेट मी टेल यू कि ये जो इन्होंने पैरामीटर सेट किया था, अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस पैरामीटर दे हैड सिलेक्टेड प्रिंसिपल्स एंड दे हैड अपॉइंटेड देम. एंड डू यू नो द प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो? एट लीस्ट साल में 6 to 7 principals are suspended by nests. Yes, that is for a fact. You can go search and you can check it, cross verify it and then comment, right? There are 6 to 7 principals that are suspended by nests, the same recruitment agency that is appointing them on yearly basis. So you can see the quality of principals, the quality of leaders they are appointing. And this is my exact concern, that they are not appointing good leaders, good teachers in order to impart quality education to the ST children that are studying in EMRS schools. Majority of the students in EMRS schools are actually belonging to scheduled tribe caste. So whatsoever the quality of education that you are imparting them today, वो वैसे ही आगे जाके citizen बनेंगे. That is what I am saying, that these recruitment drives are actually spoiling the future of India. And let me tell you, I do not need the reference of these cutoff lists, or for that matter, the one that was just released. I don't need the reference of these cutoff lists for forming my opinion, because my opinion was formed when I was working on ground in reality in EMRS school. Yes, and that brings me to fact number 4, that I was selected in EMRS Recruitment Drive 2023 on the post of PGT English. I have worked with that organization for over a year and I have faced the kind of leadership that they are selecting. I have worked under that leadership and I know that it is not worth it. तो ये जो ये comment थे ना कि you should know the concept of competitive exams. So dear sir, I know the concept of competitive exams really well. I've given tons of them, qualified and left the jobs finally. And well, if you want to know more about my personal experience at EMRS, then I have shared the link of my video in the pinned comment. kindly find it and watch it. The other fact that I wanted to point it out in this particular video was regarding the mismatch of the scores. So candidates have calculated a certain score according to the answer key, जो कि वो final answer key से या फिर final marks से उनके match नहीं कर रहा है result से, जो कि नेस्ट ने release किया है. So yes, they should be sharing some sort of clarification, some sort of guidance or some sort of guidelines in this matter, so that the candidates are more clear about their marks, about the calculation of marks that they are making. तो ये जो ये mismatch है, ये definitely उन लोगों को address करना चाहिए. भाई why not this mismatch should be addressed by the appropriate authority जो कि recruitment कर रही है. You are charging a fee as high as 2,000 rupees and you are not accountable for all these things, for all the queries that students are raising. Why not? They should be made accountable. Final and the last fact that I want to raise here is कि we talk about social equality. हम लोग social equality के लिए reservation की बात करते हैं, right? But nobody talks about economic equality. क्यों? ऐसा क्यों मान लिया जाता है कि all the unreserved categories are filthy rich people, कि उनके पास पैसों का पेड़ लगा हुआ है बैकयार्ड में, so charge whatever amount, and बाकी जो कैटेगरीज हैं, बाकी जो सोशल कैटेगरीज हैं, the SCs, the STs, the OBCs, ex-servicemen, right, EWS, they all are economically less privileged as compared to the unreserved category. ये क्यों मान लिया जाता है? Why their social status is made equivalent to their economic status? So this is also a fact. It is a kind of injustice that we are facing. अब उसके लिए कोई नहीं बोलेगा, बट हाँ रिजर्वेशन, जो कि मैंने चीज बोली ही नहीं. आई एम कॉन्स्टेंटली सेइंग इन द वीडियोस that we are talking about the upliftment of the ST children, we are talking about merging them into the mainstream, we are talking about the human resources of the future India, and we get comments like this. I am all in for upliftment of India as a united country and not as a divided one. But there are few people who want validation. अब भाई validation आपको चाहिए तो वो यहाँ तो नहीं मिलेगा. Then that is a final fact. The final fact from my side कि you will not get validation here. But yes, if you want to hear the truth, most welcome.